Hey, hey, Nation, Harry here. And as you probably are able to tell, we're doing some year enders, checking in with some of our analysts one last time before Jenny gets away on a well-deserved sabbatical, and you all get to enjoy the holiday season. And a couple of things. One is I'm wearing the Ingram Cloud Summit shirt because I'll be in Denver, Colorado next week at Ingram Cloud, or I'm sorry, Ingram One. Forgive the branding. And then, more importantly, I'm wearing the Skout baseball cap. I believe I got this at the Continuum Navigate show in
Yeah,
Pittsburgh a couple months ago. And I had a chit chat with the man on the screen, Mike Hanauer, the CRO. Did I get that right? The CRO at
correct,
Skout. Wow, dude.
correct.
Yeah, you got a high pressure job. Take care of the ticker, my man. Take care of the ticker. That's
I know, I
that's
know.
that's a tough gig. I'll tell you what, quickly, before we look to the future, what is a day in the life of your job? What is the CRO very quickly, and then we'll talk about 2020.
Yeah, so CROs, it's a fairly new position that was probably created, I would guess, within the last 5 years. It's the first time I heard of the position. But it's an executive level position, and it oversees sales and marketing. A lot of it is focused on visibility into what sales and marketing is doing. There's a focus on board reporting, but it's essentially an executive level position of what used to be a vice president of sales and marketing.
Okay, got it. So let's talk the future, and we can weave into the fabric a little bit of your business model. So we're going into 2020. It's the start of a new decade. I always like this because we're going into the end of the year when I start getting more strategic, right? It's when I start thinking. And now it's a new decade, and decades, tend to be a marker in the sand, right? A milestone. Talk about the 90s and .com and so on. With your sort of advanced approach to security, what's road mapping for you in 2020? What do you see coming down the pike?
So for us, it's going to be heavily focused in education. There's so many things going on. I mean, you look at artificial intelligence, machine learning, cybersecurity. Any one of those three by themselves could cause an industrial revolution.
Yeah.
And with all three of them combining now, it can be very overwhelming, specifically for a non-tech user who MSPs are typically selling to. So a lot of what we're doing is focused on education. If you look at cybersecurity as a whole, there are probably 30 or 40 or even more things that can fall under that umbrella. You look at IDS, MDR, EDR, antivirus, training, vulnerability scanning, penetration tests, all of these things that all fall under that umbrella. And when an end user thinks, am I protected? They're not thinking about what each one of those particular solutions is doing for them. So what one of my major focuses going into 2020 is going to be around, if you look at something like spam filtering, what is that protecting you from? What is it not protecting you from? If you have a firewall, why do you need endpoint protection on top of that? Why do you need to do vulnerability scanning and penetration testing? So giving not only just education for our partners, but giving those tools to them so they can educate end users, and those non-tech end users can understand what they're still vulnerable to, and do they want to mitigate that risk, or is it acceptable to them?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a big enchilada. And as you were rambling off all them acronyms, Mike, it's an overused example in the industry, and certainly I overuse it, but this sounds so like the healthcare sector of the economy. I mean, all these
Yeah.
acronyms, and I mean, I kind of held my tongue. I thought you said IBS or something at some point, and I'm like, wait a minute, whoa, my tummy hurts.
And it's funny. There's a lot of correlation between specifically, if you look at HIPAA compliance, and cybersecurity.
Yeah.
So HIPAA compliance is one of those things, and car safety is very similar as well, in that if you ask somebody, is your car safe, they're not going to say yes or no. Because one, it all depends on the user, and two, they're going to talk about they have airbags, they have seat belts, they have crumple zones. So they're going to talk about all of the things that are making their car safe. They're not going to talk about it's a yes or no, I'm protected and I'm safe. And the same goes with HIPAA compliance. It's a continuum that it's a path you go down, not necessarily an end goal.
All right. Well, hey, let's end on this. I guess on a personal note, with the holiday season coming up, I mean, are you and the family, you going to get away and ski in Tahoe or surf in Maui, or you going to have a little fun, or what's going on?
So I am most likely going to spend a lot of time at home. I've been traveling a lot recently, and most likely spend some time at home. I do want to get down to Maryland, visit my grandma. She's 98, and always like to get down there and see her around the holidays.
All right. Well, we'll talk to you in 2020. Thanks for being one of our friends in 2019, Mike.
Absolutely. Look forward to being your friend in 2022.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.